Hey guys, Kim here from Kim on a Whim, and today I'm going to take you along on an Undecorate. I know, it's a little late. I'm finally taking down all of my Halloween and somewhat fall decorations. I really don't have many in the fall category. It's more of my Halloween decorations. But yeah, I'm a little late. I know there's guys up here that have like all of their Christmas stuff up, and yeah, I don't work that fast. I'm just taking stuff down now. However, I am going to prep for getting my Christmas decorations up. Oh, and a little bit of a tip here. You see me working with this pumpkin? If you have any decorations that have batteries, take them out before you store them away. We store our stuff in an attic and it gets really hot and then cold, and I guess the batteries just can't handle that temperature change. So they tend to leak, and then it ruins my decorations, or especially my Christmas ornaments. I've had a lot of Christmas ornaments that just don't work anymore, like especially ones that talk or light up and stuff like that. So make sure you take the batteries out before you store them, and then just put the batteries somewhere where it's not going to have that like temperature change, or that you'll remember where you put them for when you have to put them up next time. But let's jump right into it of just getting all of this stuff taken down and put away.
Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride.
So as this video is up, it is 1 week from Thanksgiving. Like, I am completely baffled by that. And like, I hate to use that cliche that you always hear, like, oh my god, time goes so fast. And I feel like for some reason this year it really has. I don't know if it's because my kids are actually back to in-person learning, and you just kind of get into that daily grind of, okay, up at 6 and out the door, and like that constant every Monday through Friday, like doing that routine that it seems like it's going so quickly. But let me know in the comment section down below, do you guys feel like this year went really fast, or is it just we're more aware of it? I mean, don't mind the random people that you see kind of walking around at my front window. At the time we're having our roof done for our house, we figured we'd get it done before it gets really cold, although to me it's already really cold because some nights it's gone down to like 45 and it's only like 55 or 60 during the day. So to me, that's cold. But we're getting our roof done before the real cold, like snow and ice, starts to come in. But back to what I was saying with the time, like this year just going so fast. I don't know if it's been like that for anybody else, but I'm like, man, I cannot believe that, we're mid-November now, and I'm trying to get like a lot of my deep cleaning done. I did a deep cleaning of my kitchen, and I'm going to do a deep cleaning of this room right after I take down all of the decorations, in an attempt to not be completely stressed out for when I have people coming over for Thanksgiving, because I tend to do that. And as I'm freaking out like 2 days before people are coming to my house, I'm saying to myself, why don't I start this stuff earlier? Like, why do I completely stress myself out with trying to get it all done within a day or two? So my goal is to get the living room cleaned up and completely like deep cleaned, like everything moved. And you'll see, like, once all the decorations are down, like everything looks good as far as like pillows are all nice and neat and everything. But when you start moving stuff, that's when you're like, man, it is dusty. Like, I don't even know how we have skin left on our bodies anymore. There's so much dust in my house. So I really did like the idea of these houses above my cabinets, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to put up there for Christmas time. I haven't found anything yet, although I have only been scoping the dollar store, because honestly, I'm not willing to spend a lot of money for something I just put up like 5 or 6 weeks in my house. I can't justify spending a lot of money on stuff like that. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm open for suggestions here because I've seen the garland and it does look really cute. I'm not sure if I want to do garland though, and like I said, haven't found anything at the dollar store that I'm like, oh yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, let me know if you have any suggestions down below. And you see here I have like these candles. I do not put them up in my attic. I have to actually find a spot for them, like in a closet somewhere, because I've had ones that I put up into an attic and they melt and it's not pretty when I bring them back down. So any of my candle kind of stuff that I know can't take like the hot, especially when it gets hot, I keep them down in a closet instead. But yeah, just taking down lights still and trying to put them away so that I don't have to buy them again next year. This is my attempt to make sure I remembered to take everything down. Spoiler, I did not. I think about 4 or 5 days after I put everything away, I realized I missed something. Alright guys, so we did an undecorate, and I'm going to show you guys things aren't always as they appear. And here's what I mean by that. Full disclosure, the entire time that the Halloween decorations were on the tabletops and in front of the TV, I did not move them to dust. I wasn't moving all of that stuff out of the way because, one, I probably would have dropped it and break it because I'm just clumsy like that. I don't know why. And yes, Jack, he stays up until the end of the Christmas decorating season because one of our favorite Christmas movies and Halloween movie, we will be watching Nightmare Before Christmas, and we usually watch The Grinch, and then sometimes Elf, depending on how long it takes to put the tree up. But yeah, look at how dusty that is. It's really disgusting. And even worse, I'm going to show you here our sofas. This flap just pulls up because even though our cushions are attached on our sofa, it still gets stuff that goes like behind the cushions. And how disgusting is this? This is probably where all of the feathers from my pillows wind up. So I'm just going to do a really good deep cleaning of the panels here behind the sofa and then everything underneath the sofa, because honestly, I haven't moved the sofa in a while. This thing is a beast to move, so I don't move it as often as I should.
I miss you, and I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light.
Although this shark vacuum has seen better days, it's probably now, I think I've had this for about 7 or 8 years now, but I always gravitate towards this vacuum. Not sponsored, just a really good vacuum. I've had it for many years. Great customer service, I will say that, because I think it was like a couple years into me having it and one of the hoses for the floor attachment broke and they sent me a new one. That's why it's blue and the rest of the vacuum is orange. Not a big deal, still works. Although ear-piercing loud right now, I don't know what that's about. However, I fell into the hype of seeing everybody with their Dysons and I bought one. I've only had my Dyson, I think this is the 3rd year that I've had. I just got it 3 years ago around this time because I got it on a Black Friday special. It's already not holding a charge. Like, I think I get maybe a minute of vacuum time out of it. I try and use it a little bit later again and it just, yeah, not even a minute. So I'm gonna call them and see. I'm hoping their customer service is pretty good. I've never dealt with customer service with them, so fingers crossed that it's pretty good. But I'm probably going to buy another Shark vacuum just because I like them that much.
We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning? Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me?
So I figured I did this in the kitchen and I'm going to do it in my living room. It's been a while since I wiped down all of my walls. And for some reason I couldn't find my little Dollar Tree setup that I had. So I just had to wind up using my spin mop. So, I mean, it worked. It did the job. It got my walls clean. It got all of my baseboards clean, which I love using that to clean my baseboards because I hate getting down there and cleaning the baseboards. It's just probably my least favorite task to do as far as a deep clean. Give me anything else to clean. Oven, not my favorite. I'll do it though. I would rather get in there and clean the oven than clean my baseboards. And here again, dusty, just like dusty, everything. So much dust. And even after I dust it, it seemed to be dusty again. I don't know if you guys noticed on the last couple slides, like you could see the dust floating in the air. That's how much dust is in my house. What is that about? Is it that I don't have the right filters in my heating unit or in like my HVAC unit? I don't know why we have so much dust. Huh. Let me know if you know why we have so much dust.
Once you've seen all the things.
And here's where my OCD kicks in for everything being lined up the way it's supposed to be. The lines lining up underneath of the sconces so that it's centered with the mirror. Nothing's centered in my house, so I don't know why. I drive myself crazy, but my OCD.
I'll be your end destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your.
Now I'm just going to wipe down my sofa with some of the Murphy's oil soap. I swear by this stuff for my leather sofas especially. I use it for my tables, but really my leather sofas and my interior for my car too. It does a really nice job because it gets it clean, but it also, I feel like it conditions it a little bit too because it is an oil, and I think it gives it a little bit of a shine. Not too crazy where, you know, we're kind of sliding off of stuff, but just enough that it looks nice. I like it. So if you guys have leather sofa or, you know, the interior of your car is leather, maybe try the Murphy's oil if you haven't done so already.
I hope I'll be your end destination.
So here's the one decoration, the witch's hat. We keep a witch's hat over on the coat rack at the front door. I forgot that. However, that's not the only one. And that wasn't too bad because I still had a box down here that needed to be put away with the Halloween decorations. However, like days later, I think it was probably even a week or more, I realized that I had my Eek and Boo towel on the handle of the oven and the handle of my refrigerator. So those were the ones that were like days out that I had completely forgotten about. And I always seem to do that. I always seem to forget to take one or two, in this case 3, decorations down from Halloween and Christmas, because really those are the only holidays that I really like go all out and decorate for. But yeah, we'll have to see what I forget and leave up for Christmas time.
I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be.
Here's a little door swing test. I know I have it in the right spot if I can swing the door open and we're good. It doesn't hit the TV, then it's in the right spot. That's my form of measurement right there. Now, I'm going to move on to this area. This is just where our coats and everything hang and where the witch's hat is forgotten. But I know this thing is so, like, not pleasant to look at because it's got the wire. It's my antenna that I use for the TV. I guess probably about 2 or 3 years ago now. I think this coming January will be 3 years since I ditched the cable because it was so ridiculously expensive. I was spending $300 a month on cable TV, internet, and phone, which honestly, the phone, all I would get was robocalls and, car warranty. They wanted to talk to me about my extended warranty. Like, I didn't need it anymore. We all had cell phones. So there was no point in us paying that much for a bundle package, because at the time you really couldn't separate everything. Like, it was more expensive if you ditched one of the items that you had with the service, which I don't get that. But we decided to ditch our cable, ditch our phone, and just have internet. Hence the antenna. Anything that we want to watch that's over the air, we get with the antenna. And, so far for the last 3 years, we keep saying to ourselves, wow, why didn't we do that sooner with the amount of money we were paying each month? But we have our internet, and then I think we have Netflix, and I think my daughter has Hulu. And honestly, they don't even really watch TV that much. Like, we always had it when the kids were younger so that, there was a constant cartoon on that they would want to watch. But now they're usually on their phones. They're watching TikTok. They're on Instagram. Like, they don't even watch their TV that they do have. What was the point? And for my husband and I, we were watching shows that were so old. I was watching Golden Girls because I absolutely love Golden Girls, and like The Nanny. And I think he got sucked into Match Game on Buzzer, which was like shows from the 1970s. So we're like, what is the point? Let's do it. And I have to admit, like, the first month we were like, oh my God, did we do the right thing? Like, this is going to be really hard. And now, like 3 years into it, we're like, why didn't we do it sooner? This here was not a forgotten Halloween decoration. That is actual spider webs and dust under my table, which, wow. I guess I got to get down onto this level and look at stuff a little better, because it's been a while, I'd have to say, since I've wiped that down. Now see, when you don't see it then, but you get up close, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's something.
Front porch, sipping on the rocks, citrus in our beverages, show only the good sides, always pretty smiles are covering our faces, it is all lies, on and on it goes.
So see, did you notice, like, out of the 3 vacuums that I've just handled, which one did I go back to? The one that is like 7-8 years old, that always comes through for me, my little Shark vac. Maybe I should contact Shark and be like, hey, like, your product's awesome and it's all over my video right now. So, nah, I won't do that. I'm not that pushy. I can't be that pushy for some reason, but I should, right?
What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beaches, sun. Put your rose-colored glasses on.
So here we are in the next day, because let's face it, I just ran out of time. I had to pick Nick up, so once I pick Nick up, that's kind of it for like this deep cleaning kind of stuff. Then I go into like the regular mom mode of figuring out what everybody wants for dinner and trying to come up with something. Man, coming up with a dinner every night, not easy, especially like you got people who don't like this or somebody doesn't like that. I'm just as guilty. But you guys know the drill. So I'm just finishing up the love seat here. So hopefully that way, when I do have people coming over for Thanksgiving, I'm not completely stressing out for cleaning. I'll just have to do like a quick tidy of a dusting and a vacuuming and a wipe down of the counters and a mopping of the floor. Try and make it a little less stressful. And I hope you guys do the same. Try and make life a little less stressful. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.